Small team, big dreams. In a quiet village, there was a group of kids who loved soccer. They didn't have proper equipment or a real field to play on. Their ball was patched up many times, and their shoes were old. But their love for the game was strong. They dreamed of forming a team and playing in a real tournament someday. The kids decided to call their team the Tigers. They had no coach, but one of the older kids, Jake, took charge. Jake wasn't an expert, but he loved soccer and wanted to help. He said, "We can do this if we work hard together." At first, practice was chaotic. Some kids didn't know how to pass the ball, and others didn't want to run too much. But Jake kept saying, "Let's not give up. Every day we'll get better." The Tigers practiced after school, often playing in the dusty village square. They ran, laughed, and learned to work as a team. One day Jake told them exciting news. "There's a big tournament in the city next month. If we sign up, we can play against real teams." The kids were thrilled but nervous. They had never played in a real game before. "What if we lose?" asked one of the younger boys. Jake smiled and said, "It's not about winning. It's about giving it our best." With that, the Tigers began their journey. They were no longer just a group of kids playing for fun. They were a team, united by their dreams and ready to prove themselves. The Tigers faced many challenges as they prepared for the tournament. Their village didn't have proper facilities, so they practiced on uneven ground. Sometimes they had to stop because cows wandered onto the field. But they didn't let these problems stop them. They found ways to keep going. Jake brought an old whistle to training. "This will make it feel like a real practice," he said. The team laughed, but they took it seriously. They practiced passing, shooting, and defending. Every day, they got a little better. One evening, an old man named Sam watched them play. Sam used to be a soccer player when he was young. He saw their passion and decided to help. "You remind me of myself when I was your age," he said. "I'll teach you some tricks if you want." The kids were excited. Sam showed them how to control the ball and plan their moves. As the tournament day grew closer, the Tigers started feeling more like a real team. They worked hard, and their bond grew stronger. Even when they made mistakes, they encouraged each other. "Good try," they would shout. They knew they were in this together. Then the big day arrived. The Tigers packed their things and got on a bus to the city. For many of them, it was their first time leaving the village. They looked out the windows in awe, amazed by the tall buildings and busy streets. "This is it," Jake said. "Our chance to show what we've got." The tournament was held in a large stadium. The Tigers felt nervous as they saw the other teams warming up. The city teams had shiny uniforms and new shoes. The Tigers looked at their old jerseys and worn-out sneakers. "Don't worry," Jake said. "It's not about how we look, it's about how we play." Their first match was against a strong team called the Eagles. The Eagles laughed when they saw the Tigers. "Are you sure you're here to play?" one boy teased, but the Tigers ignored them. They remembered Sam's advice: "Focus on your game, not your opponents." When the whistle blew, the Eagles quickly scored the first goal. The Tigers felt the pressure, but Jake clapped his hands. "Stay calm, everyone. We can do this," he shouted. Slowly, the Tigers started passing the ball better. They worked as a team and defended with all their energy. Near the end of the game, Liam, the smallest player on the team, got the ball. He ran as fast as he could, dodging the eagles. The crowd started cheering as Liam reached the goal and kicked the ball. It went in. The Tigers scored their first goal. The match ended in a draw, but the Tigers felt like winners. They had proven that they could play against a strong team. "We didn't win, but we didn't lose either," said Jake, smiling. The team hugged each other, proud of their effort. The Tigers were now more confident. Their next game was against the Falcons. The Falcons were known for their speed and skill. "They are fast, but we can be faster," Jake said, encouraging his teammates. Sam added, "Remember, teamwork is our strength. Trust each other." The game started and the Falcons quickly took control of the ball. They moved swiftly, passing it back and forth. The Tigers chased them, staying close. Emma, the team's best defender, managed to block a powerful shot. The crowd cheered loudly, giving the Tigers a boost of energy. Midway through the game, Jake spotted an opportunity. He passed the ball to Mia, who was in a perfect position to score. Mia hesitated for a second, but then remembered the hours of practice. She kicked the ball hard, and it flew past the goalkeeper into the net. The Tigers erupted in joy. The Falcons tried to equalize, but the Tigers' defense was strong. Liam and Emma worked together to block every attempt. The Falcons grew frustrated and the Tigers kept their focus. When the final whistle blew, the score was 1-0. The Tigers had won their first match in the tournament. Back in the locker room, the team celebrated. "We did it!" Mia said, her face glowing with happiness. Sam patted everyone on the back. "This is what happens when you believe in yourselves," he said. The Tigers knew they still had a long way to go, but this victory gave them hope. The Tigers' next match was against the Wolves, the strongest team in the league. The Wolves had never lost a game. "This will be our toughest challenge," Jake said during practice. Sam nodded. "We can win if we stay united and play smart," he added. On the day of the match, the stadium was packed. The Wolves scored early, making it 1-0. The Tigers felt the pressure, but Jake reminded them, "Stay calm, we've practiced for this." The Tigers began to pass the ball carefully, looking for openings. Emma intercepted a pass from the Wolves and sent it to Liam, who moved quickly toward the goal. Liam saw Mia open and passed to her. Mia didn't hesitate this time. She struck the ball with confidence, and it went into the goal. The score was now 1-1. The Wolves were surprised by the Tigers' determination. They tried harder, but Emma and Liam blocked their every move. With just minutes left, Jake saw an opening. He dribbled past two defenders and took a shot. The ball sailed through the air and hit the back of the net. The Tigers held their ground until the final whistle. They had done it. They had defeated the Wolves. The crowd erupted in cheers as the Tigers hugged each other. "We believed in ourselves and we made it happen," Jake said, his voice full of emotion. The Tigers' victory against the Wolves became the talk of the town. People couldn't believe how a small, underestimated team had beaten the champions. Reporters came to interview them and the local paper called them the heart of the game. Jake gathered the team after the match. "This victory isn't just about the score," he said. "It's about what we learned, teamwork, trust and believing in ourselves." The team nodded, their faces shining with pride. A few weeks later, the Tigers played their final match of the season. Though it was tough, they gave it their all. By the end of the game, they stood as the champions of their league. The trophy wasn't just a symbol of victory, it was a reminder of their journey. After the season ended, the Tigers remained close. They continued to practice, not just as a team, but as a family. Jake decided to coach more kids, helping them find their potential just like the Tigers had found theirs. Years later, the story of the Tigers became a legend in the town. People often talked about the small team with big hearts. And whenever someone asked Jake about his proudest moment, he would smile and say, "It wasn't about winning. It was about believing." The Tigers' journey showed that with determination and unity, even the smallest teams could achieve greatness. And their story inspired many others to dream big and never give up.